This is Jim Wilkin. Bud Little began his career in the broadcast industry in 1957 as an announcer and news director at the mighty 1490 KVOZ in lovely Laredo, Texas. But he wisely left the dusty plains for a far more palatable place to call home in 1965. That was the beaches of Corpus Christi and KRYS, where he took the reins as anchor and news director. Then in 1972, something happened to Bud that made him a bit of a legend, a bit of an outcast, a bit of a white elephant in the broadcasting industry. He moved to San Antonio and 50,000-watt WOAI, where he worked for a whopping 38 years, and unlike most in our industry, wasn't fired. He retired. Bud spent most of those years covering the news at San Antonio City Hall, where WOAI had its own news office. He also covered stories from the Bexar County Courthouse. Bud points out that during his years at WOAI, he survived 10 mayors and 5 county judges. He also won the top Texas Associated Press News Award, not only while at WOAI, but also at each of the stations he worked for. And what memories he made. We're talking newsworthy and notable during his career, like the time he interviewed San Antonio Councilman Benny Uristi in front of a urinal in Breckenridge Park, and his interviews with King Hussein of Jordan, Jack Ruby's attorney Melvin Belli, and many others. He was also on the scene to cover the Battle of Flower Sniper story as it unfolded. Bud says he loved every minute of the 53 years he spent in radio, especially those 38 years in the Alamo City, where he still lives today. He's been my friend and mentor for many, many years. And while I could not be there in person today, I wanted to take this time to congratulate Bud and thank you too, for together we are the 2018 inductees of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
I'm not going to get emotional. Oh, what the hell? This only happens once in your life. You know, the bad thing about being low on the totem pole is all the cliches have been used. I'm standing up. I thought I was indicted. And a couple of others. But like some before me, if I start ad-libbing, we'll be here for dinner time. If I died right now, I'd die a happy man. Those of you who voted for me, thank you. The rest of you can leave. Good, that breaks the monotony. Things were getting a little quiet out there. I don't know that I've ever really thought about getting something like this. A snotty-nosed kid at 19, no experience, going to work for a powerhouse radio station in Laredo, 250-watt KVOZ. I'd like to introduce my inspiration, my wife, Faye, my 2 daughters, and my adopted daughter, Debbie, Kathy, and Kathy. We kind of like the name Kathy. By the way, my lovely bride and I will celebrate 57 years in 8 days. She doesn't look her age. In fact, I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think her parents wanted to get rid of her, and she was really 10 years younger than what they said she was. And I started dating her at 17. What does that make me? Wish my dad was here. He idolized WOAI. He was pleased I went to work for the station. I can remember lying on a rug in the living room, listening to the radio, those old cathedral-type big ones with the tuning eye, listening to Inner Sanctum, Amos and Andy, a few others. He would have been pleased. My speech teacher, Miss Babb, who you saw a picture of her earlier, she taught me how to speak. Bob Pearson, he taught me the fundamentals of broadcasting. I walked in on a Friday night and I said, "Can you teach me how to run that thing, control board?" He said, "Sure." So he did. He taped all of his breaks. He went to the studio and talked to his girlfriend. I ran his board. Then I don't know what he told the manager when a job came open, and he suggested I take it. Bill Harrell, who gave me my first full-time job in Laredo. And Bob Guthrie, geez. All these people are no longer with us. I wish they were here today. Because Bob got me out of a situation in Corpus Christi that wasn't very pleasant. I felt like I was on vacation when I went to work for his station. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. God led me. Somebody laugh, please. Damn. Well, I'm so emotional. I take medicine to try to hold down my emotions, and it didn't do a damn bit of good. In fact, I took the whole bottle. It's a wonder I'm standing here. And he's not here. He's going to be recognized in a few minutes, Jim Wilkin. He and I worked with each other at KRYS in Corpus Christi. One heck of a nice guy to work with. And one of the really the only thing that was good about KRYS. And Josh, that's the other thing. Thank you so much for doing this. Like I said, radio people never die, they just look that way. Yeah, I did TV in Corpus Christi for a while, and somebody remarked, "He's got a face for radio." But I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. And the bulk of that 53 years, obviously, was with my bride. Thank you.